Hey guys, welcome to Conceptual Geometry, Unit 1, Day 2. First thing we're going to talk about today is the sum of the parts of an angle add up to the whole angle. So if I name this angle 1 and I name that angle 2, what this theorem says is that angle 1 plus angle 2 equals angle PQS. So visually, if we take this angle here plus this angle here and put them together, we just get the whole angle. It's called the sum of the parts of an angle add up to the whole. So now we can use that. Again, it's sort of common sense, but we can use that to solve some problems. If the measure of angle PQS, so when I say angle PQS, I like to trace it with my pencil. PQS, so that's the whole angle. So I would note that by making this big arc. That's 75 degrees. Then it says angle RQS, so that's the smaller one on the bottom, is 30. So then I just put that inside here. Find the measure of angle PQR. PQR, so I want to find this one. Well, if the whole thing is 75 and the smaller one is 30, the way I'm going to find measure of angle PQR is to subtract those two. So I'll do measure of angle PQR equals 75 degrees minus 30 degrees. So the answer is going to be 45. All right, our next example, measure of angle PQM, so that's this top angle, is 40. So I'll write that inside here. Measure of angle PQR, so that's the whole angle, is x plus 5. All right, so I'm going to do this. The whole angle is x plus 5. And then finally, measure of angle MQR, that's the smaller one on the bottom, is 20. So let's fill that in. Find x. So now I need to create an equation. All right, it's not just going to be simple addition or subtraction. So basically, I need to understand that the whole angle is this, and it's made up by adding the two smaller ones together. So I'm going to say x plus 5 equals 40 plus 20. X plus 5 equals 40 plus 20. So I'm going to do some simple algebra here. X plus 5 equals 60. I'll subtract 5 from both sides. All right, I'm not going to write it all down, but so I'm x equals 55. And we're done with that question. Okay, perpendicular lines. So the symbol for perpendicular, as you can see, is this upside down uppercase T. And what's nice about geometry is a lot of times the symbol just represents what the diagram looks like. So that symbol means perpendicular, which means forms 90-degree angles or right angles. So in this diagram here, if they tell me BD is perpendicular to AC, I know that all of these angles here, there's actually 4 of them if that line extends all the way through, are right angles. Okay, so if I put a little 1 here, I know angle 1 equals 90 degrees. All right, well, these equations are pretty simple. In this diagram here, it tells you that those two segments are perpendicular, so I know that's a right angle. And then it says measure of angle BCD is 5x minus 20. So I'm going to fill that in. And since they're perpendicular, that's 90 degrees. So we have a simple equation, 5x minus 20 equals 90. Let's add 20 to both sides. 5x equals 110. Divide by 5. And I believe x is going to give me 22. All right, our next definition for today, complementary angles. Complementary angles, you can probably tell looking at the diagram here, are two angles that add to 90 degrees. And you can see that little symbol right here. I've got two angles and they add to 90 degrees. I'm going to say that each angle is the complement of the other. So in this diagram over here, if I want to create an equation, I could say angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 90 degrees. So for this first group of examples, it's simple math. If I want the complement, so we have to understand complement means adds to 90 degrees. I want the complement of 30, that's going to be 60 degrees. Well, how did I get that? I just took 90 minus 30. If I want the complement of 85 degrees, I'm going to take 90 minus 85. So that's 5 degrees. Basically, when you talk about complements, the two of these have to add up to 90 degrees. Same thing here. Two of those have to add up to 90 degrees. All right, so if I put it in a diagram, a little bit more challenging, but not too bad. This first one here is nice because I just give you an angle measure. I want you to find the measure of angle CBD. So I want this one. Well, if both of these, you can tell, add up to 90, and that one is 64, to find this one here, you just have to take 90 minus 64. So angle CBD equals 90 minus 64, and I believe that's 26. All right, well, I can make it a little bit more challenging, right? The algebra will be more challenging here. If this angle is x, that's this angle here, and this angle here is 2x plus 9, together they're going to equal 90, so I need to take this plus this and set those equal to 90. So I've got x plus 2x plus 9 equals 90. So a little review from algebra. I'm going to combine like terms because they're on the same side of the equal sign. So that's 3x plus 9 equals 90. Let's subtract 9 from both sides. 3x equals 81. Divide by 3. And I believe that's 27. Now we're not quite done because notice what the question says. Find the measure of each angle. So we found x. That's good. Now I need to find the measure of each angle. Well, this one's easy because this one here is just 27. So I got that. I can put it in the diagram and circle it. And what's kind of neat here, algebraically, is there's two ways you can find this angle. Number one, you could take 27 and plug it in there and do 2 times 27 plus 9. Or, since you know both of these add to 90, I'm just going to take 90 minus 27. And that's going to give me 63. So I found the measure of both angles. All right, the last thing we'll do today is called supplementary. So a quick review, I'm going to flip back. Complementary, two angles that add to 90 degrees. You can tell by looking at the picture. 90 degrees, right angle. Supplementary, as you can tell by the picture, probably already, will be two angles that add to 180. So two angles that add to 180 degrees. Right? You can tell that because they form a straight line. We say that each angle is the supplement of the other. All right, so again, if you want to create a little equation over here from the diagram, you could say angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180 degrees. Linear pairs, that root word here, line and pairs, we're not really going to work with this a whole lot, but it is a definition you probably should know. Linear pairs would be adjacent angles that are supplementary. Okay, so you might ask, well, what's the difference between that and just being supplementary? Because technically supplementary angles don't have to be adjacent. But if they happen to be adjacent, as in this diagram, we say they are a linear pair because together, this angle and that angle make up this straight line. Okay, so let's practice some problems here. The supplement of 30 degrees is, so again, we have to pay attention to vocab. Supplement means add to 180. So if I want the supplement of 30, I have to take 180 minus 30, which is 150 degrees. The supplement of 112. So I'm going to take 180 minus 112, and I believe that is 78 degrees. Okay, well, the last couple, I give you a picture. I say find the measure of angle CBD. So that's this angle. And what you should notice is together they form a straight line. So even though I don't tell you they're supplementary, you've got to be able to recognize this is a straight line that represents 180 degrees. So if I want to find this angle here, I'm simply going to take 180. So let's say angle CBD equals 180 minus 76. That's going to be 104. You can put it in the diagram if you want, or you can just put a box around it. And finally, the last example, we're going to increase the level of difficulty with the algebra here. This angle plus this angle has to add to 180, because again, anytime you recognize a straight line, that's 180 degrees. So this equation will be 2x plus 6 plus x plus 15 equals 180. Now another review from algebra, all of this stuff's on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to combine 2x and x. Okay, so that gives me 3x. And then I also have to combine the 6 and the 15. So that's going to give me 21. So I get 3x plus 21 equals 180. Now I'll subtract 21 from both sides. That's going to give me 3x equals 159. Divide by 3. X equals 53. So now, again, I'm not done because the directions here said find the measure of both angles. So it doesn't matter which one you find first. What I think would be easiest, and this is what I did, is I took 53 and I plugged it in over here. So this angle is going to be 53 plus 15. All right, so that's 68. And you can just put it right in the figure. So again, you've got two methods to find this angle here. If you want to, you could use your calculator, take 53, plug it in there and do 2 times 53 plus 6. Or what I did, I found a little bit easier. Since you know this is 180 degrees, I took 180 and subtracted 68. All right, and that gave me 112. All right, so that concludes day 2 notes. As usual, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me via Brave Square or email. All right, thanks guys, have a great day.